technically on time. The best kind of on time.
But it's better than theoretically on time.
Yep. You can change the outcome by measuring it.
It literally just turned to 7:16, so yeah, don't measure it too closely.
Hey, look. If we
You're
were
both
on
terrible.
time,
You're both terrible.
Oh, dude, this we knew.
yeah, well aware.
For those of us watching the video after the live stream, skip ahead about 15 minutes or so to actually get to the review of the Begg Knife SteelCraft Astio. It's coming your way hot tonight.
It's hat. Shit's hat.
Show.
So stuff and things. People got fancy things to show off or SteelCraft Astio. Anyone surprises with the Astio?
I could probably go first. I've gotten the last couple weeks.
Yeah, okay. All right.
If you're not first, you're last, Paul.
And
Is that how that works? Shit.
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby.
I'm just racing.
So Paul first.
Yeah.
Infinite, Ben, what are you carrying this evening?
Good evening. I am rocking a Hold haptic that
Yeah,
I'm going to
right.
open like a jackass forever. Because that's my favorite way to do it.
Well, what's the comment to make here? It's like, Paul, if it's you opening the knife, you are opening it like a jackass, you see.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, it's a little rough. I do apologize, but
Hey,
It's fine.
I'm just glad I didn't start that roller coaster. I just jumped on to gain momentum.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Very nice. Very nice.
for sure.
Well,
That's a good looking knife.
It is.
how's
She's
that?
pretty.
How's that nasty hollow grind? Is it nasty?
It's pretty nasty.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Yeah, it's pretty slicey. For all of 3 things that I've cut with it.
yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I didn't throw it in the river either.
That's probably for the best.
He only threatened it.
Like twice? I
Yeah,
don't know.
probably. It was
So-
mostly concentrated on the Skaha.
That was the one that kept on getting handed to me. I mean, you take what you got to work with, right? So,
Yeah.
Do what you can.
CJ Dick Richards, how you doing? What are y'all carrying tonight? Infinite's still not telling us because it's probably, I don't know, let's say mini grip 20 CV. That's what was in his pocket last week, and he likes to not change things.
I was gonna say
So,
carbon fiber bug out, but you're probably right.
if you actually say Kruben Fruber when you say it, then you're less likely to mess that up, Paul.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That is how that
Probably.
works. It's guaranteed.
I don't know words.
And Infinite is telling me to shush, but then also that I'm right. So
that's accurate. That's
all right.
That's
All right.
par for the course.
On to the next other things.
I'm carrying an oldie but a goodie. Been the Sabenza today. 21. Eat your hearts out. Although not too hard. This thing's been abused. Yeah. Hollow grinds. How do they
That
work?
looking good.
Like magnets. They work
That
like
bog
magnets.
is looking great.
Pog hook, yeah. I showed Lemmy came by the shop today and
Yeah.
said, "Oh yeah, so he's what variant is that?" I'm like, well, this is the Sabenza 21 with what was once Cocobolo. He caught that and had a good laugh.
It legitimately looks like you're fossilizing the wood.
Don't look too closely, all right? It is what it is.
You look like you're waxing into the wood to seal it in, but that is not wax, folks. It's
I promise.
So that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. but holy crap, hollow grinds.
You got some scratchies on that knife, eh?
Oh, dude, this thing has fallen off of 8-foot ladders onto concrete. Like I say, used and abused.
Were you attached to the knife when it fell off of 8 feet onto the concrete?
No, and I desperately tried to. I did actually, and I fell off the ladder right beside it. It was great. And by great, I mean my shoulder was kind of messed up for like a week after that. It was not great. Very embarrassing. No one around to see it. So so that was good. Also,
nothing was saved. Everything was just hurt.
Oh, dude, I took the fucking ladder out on the way down. It was just a shit show. It was
You hurt the ladder too? Jeez,
yeah,
man.
The ladder, my Sabenza, and my shoulder all just ate. Yeah, it was not great. It was not great. But the knife survived. Maybe one day I'll take a close up of the ding that I got from that fall. I could have sworn it was on the butt end here. I'll find it later. Anyway, it's a nice knife. I should treat it nicer.
Yeah, good times. Good times.
Just use it at this point. Just give her.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess I'm last. That's yeah. Good times. Good times. By the way, your stainless steel handle, it's weird looking. Yeah.
Well, it used to be a mirror finish.
Yeah, it used to be titanium too. That's what they told you.
That's it.
Anyway, yeah.
All the titanium permeated out.
Yeah, I think it lost all its titanium tude. It's
terrible. Anyway,
yes. So last week, got out of the woods camping. Displayed my dragonfly, made a really, really smart ass comment about being next to these jackasses instead of, being next to my wife at a pretty sunset and so on and so forth. And I could tell from the twinge in Paul's eyes when I said it. He was like, hey, man. But I was telling a story and he let me roll with it. So actually for this week, I'm carrying the McHenry that Paul sold to. So thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah.
Got a very good price. And surprisingly enough, I had a bit of a get together with the boys last night and had a cooler full of a bunch of different drinks and whatever. And I was putting drinks, empty bottles, cans, whatever, away today. And I don't think a normal beer got drank all night long. It was nothing but the fruity, girly shit that got drank. I was picking up the gin and tonic cans, and yeah. So I'm drinking Corona tonight in honor of Vanita's grandfather because he liked himself a Corona, but also in favor of the fact that none of you guys drank any yesterday. So I got a whole case of them sitting there.
It's too funny.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I do like this shot though. This is a fun one.
This is a great shot of a knife that Benchmade never should have discontinued.
Yep, true facts.
But I enjoy carrying things that no one can get, Joe.
Look, me too. I also like being an asshole, but
like just randomly looking at a whole bunch of things that no one can get. Anyway, yeah. So, it's a good time.
You need to silver up that hardware.
I don't know, man. I did silver up the clip. I tried to put a black clip on it, and I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. So,
I think I sold one of these to Morgan.
I might have to contact Benchmade about some bug out hardware anyway. So, because those assholes. I don't think I told Joe, but yeah, I broke a mega spring on a bug out. Yeah.
Fuck, really? That's great.
Yeah, sure did. That one lasted 2 years, Trace.
Wow.
Yeah, something.
Super inconsistent.
Aluminum one? Sorry,
What's that?
Was your aluminum bug out?
Correct, sir. I only have one bug out.
Just confirming.
Yeah. It's the Franken bug out. It's all of the things. Thanks again, Infinite, for part of that fun times. But that's a knife you should be carrying. Is your M390 carbon fiber bug out? I bet you
Just,
it's lighter than your mini PM2 or
you know,
mini grip.
maybe he just doesn't want to break any Omega springs. That's why he's not carrying them right now.
If you never touch them, you're certain to be okay.
It's funny how that works. Yeah.
And then old knives, they're great. They just last forever, like a McHenry or a Contigo.
Yeah, what the
That's
fuck?
like 10 years. It's the old school springs. They good. These old ones.
I still cite my uncle who's got a 940, had one since they came out, has never had a broken Omega spring. That is his one good pocket knife. The other one I think is like a Swiss champ or a Tinker or something.
Well, I'm tempted almost. What I should do is take some of the Benchmates that I don't carry anymore, the 20 CV grip and one of my H&Ks, and swap out those Omega springs in one of the old 5-year-old, 6-year-old Omega springs. That would probably last a lot longer. And then when I got the bug out ones, just put them in something that I've retired anyway.
I literally was just thinking that.
Yeah,
they do make different size Omega springs though. Just make sure that they're transferable to whatever you decide to swap with.
Don't tell me what to do, Joe.
All right, fine. Fuck up your knife. Do it.
It's a Benchmade. It's already halfway there. Come on.
wait, hold on. That's next week.
I can't put that spring in that knife. That's a completely different design. That would mess up the Benchmade. Still put that spring in there.
Grammy would be very upset.
We've got a question in chat from Ben about what an Omega spring is.
Omega spring is the little springy things that make an access lock go accessy. Where did my McHenry go? I just put it down. What the hell? There it is. Yeah. So, yeah, the Omega spring is what makes that piece springy spring.
So, I want to draw attention to something. When you search Omega Spring Benchmade, the 3 first suggestions are images, shopping, and videos. After that are other suggestions. The very next one is the word broken. I find that very funny. However, here are pictures of the Omega Springs. Oh, and that is almost precisely how all of mine have broken. And yeah, in that exact same way.
It's true. It's true. Mm-hmm. That's where mine broke too.
Yeah. So the reason why I've been very excited about the Fact Omega Springs, which actually, where the hell is my Fact? That's another knife that's gone missing. Is because it does sort of a loop-de-loop. It comes in, loops once, and then connects. And I was hoping that, hey, maybe they're going to do this with everything. Nope, sure haven't.
Called them a clover leaf style, almost, Omega Spring, where they've got one more loop in the middle loop.
One extra loop.
It's like if you were on a roller coaster and you got the loop.
Oh god, brighten the loops.
So, anyway,
I mean, it's the concentration point, right? It's going to be...
Yeah, I mean, there's not really any avoiding it with that type of spring in particular. There's just not really much you can do. Other than not use that particular spring design, yeah.
So, don't tell me what to do, Joe. Just send me more.
Just send me a baggie of them.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do it.
Speaking of baggies,
to the Grease theme of tell me more, except it's just send me more, send me more, send me more, send me more. Anyway.
Just send an automatic email to Benchmade once every couple months just to make sure you're re-upped on your
Again, even the 10 years ago when they just used to send people 2 or 3 sets just to be like, here on good measure, have a couple extras. The days of yore, I tell you, they don't do that shit anymore.
No, they do not.
Anyway, we're close enough to 7:30. We're gonna do this thing.
I think so. We gonna try for a 1-minute rundown again?
I can do a little something in the hail. Yeah.
Okay. Let me bring it up an image. You know what? So there's actually beggknives.com. You can go directly to the SteelCraft series.
There is. You can do those things.
Yeah.
But you know what you can't do with those things?
Can't you do?
Well, some of us did homework because we were doing these 1-minute reviews, and I was hopefully going to have this thing down pat that I could give proper stats. But one of the stats that's missing from time to time, and they throw stats out where all of a sudden you can't just get blade length there. You can't get it. So it doesn't have weight on this one.
Really?
So I had to do some digging to get some weights.
That's an odd one to omit, but okay. Yeah.
Well, there. Shh. Don't tell anyone it's a secret.
Okay.
So, anyway, yeah.
Okay. Well, let me see. I'll bring up one of your excellent pictures here.
Images.
Because ya boy was a dumbass and thought we were reviewing a different knife today. Anyway, here's a picture of an Astio. Yeah, if nothing else, it's a good looking knife.
Yeah.
Tis. Yeah. CPM, thanks for joining us. Yeah. I gotta give a shout out to the Begg knives for sure. So we're doing it, and we're doing it proper. Whenever you're ready there, Josephina.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, we've got the SteelCraft Begg knives Astio. It's got this weird compound hollow grind made out of D2 with a 3.5-inch blade, 8.25 overall, ceramic ball pocket clip, as well as ball bearings with G10 backspacer, 4.85 ounces, with a trademarked bolt-on lock and a web price off their website of $149 USD.
This thing feels premium in hand. Like it punches above its weight class, quite honestly.
Yes, and it has a pretty unique blade shape, which is always something I look for in something around this price point.
Straight up, shout out Jared.
Yeah.
Well, we were well under a minute for that for sure. We're good. Yeah, it's whether you love or hate this kind of design language, you have to admit it is distinctive. Which isn't a small feat given what's available in the market today. But it's not like Mr. Begg has a style that's easily confused with somebody else's.
No, he's definitely kind of cut out his own little niche, for sure.
And it's cool that, like Dennis had alluded to there, Javo was able to utilize a lot of that design language here because it was a collaboration between the two, correct?
And I think everything starts as a collab, but a heavy Javo influence. Let's put it that way. I don't know if he can give 100% credit on it, but yeah, Javo designed. I don't think it's a Javo collab with Begg knives. I think it's a Javo designed knife made by Begg. The relationship is tight, though, seeing as how Jared has, I don't know, 3 out of the 5 knives that they released, 4 out of the 5 knives is his designs. The Diamisi is one of them. The Kirby Lambert is a collab.
Yep.
It's pretty neat. Yeah. It's nice to see a Canadian design.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy, this, that, and the other. Yeah. In hand, I know I've said in the past that I'm going to do some open hand, close hand things, but really you needed to show off some handle, even though getting the handle shape itself, the handle size. We do have some size comparison pictures with other knives that might be handier.
Yes, I'll pop up one of those here. Yeah.
Oh, yes, all the fathers and so on and so forth. Happy Father's Day. Cheers.
Happy Father's Day. Cheers to that.
I'm sorry, CPM. I put a size reference that was a hot topic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I didn't even notice that till after you said that. That's funny.
I also put the irrelevant size comparison because my Dragonfly is pretty sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, and question about the speed holes. It makes the knife go faster.
It's a true story, and actually, the other knife size comparison is also the love language of some Jared stuff going on because speed holes is something he's not afraid of. It's also the love language of Begg knives as well because
yes,
I'm
absolutely.
creating some non-Jared designed things. So for a size comparison that you can see there's a Pena Rhino, also a Javo collab.
There's some similar-ish lines going on
trying
there.
to be relevant this weekend. Yeah, so.
I appreciate it.
Also speed holes.
Yeah, of course.
Wherever you put them, whether it's on the blade, whether it's in the handle.
Specifically, the channel with the holes going through it, I think, is a Begg thing. The bodega is one model that comes to mind that features that, or has featured it in the past.
And if you look at even the bolt-on lock,
yeah,
which let's go with back to that little nugget of not patented, trademarked bolt-on lock.
Okay.
And on many, many different retailers, they straight up say stainless steel frame lock. And that's what they actually have in their specs. They don't have bolt-on lock as the classification of style of locking on many, many add to cart websites that you see this. Yeah.
So trademark versus patenting, that's a whole other topic of conversation.
Indeed.
So I guess theoretically there is a level of protection here, but what's actually different about the construction, as the name actually very rightly implies, the frame portion of the lock actually does come down and it's bolted down to the backspacer. Meanwhile, you still have handle material of a different make all the way up the rest of that side of the knife.
With a steel lining, it's all a part of that frame as well.
And the funny thing is I was going to take some interior pictures, but I figured Joe's always bang on that one. I won't worry about it. And then Joe just took a bunch of interior pictures of the wrong knife. And I'm sure Joe probably has interior pictures of the wrong knife, because we can count on him for some interior pictures. Just week to week, still like a Russian roulette. Anyway.
Usually pretty good.
Anyway, yes. So, bolted on. It's a bolt on, not a subframe. Not a frame.
Definitely not a subframe. Don't call it that.
Don't affiliate with any of that nonsense.
Yeah. Absolutely not. There was something I was going to touch on back with the photo of the Rhino. Both of these knives have the very same similar like thumb ramp kind of thumb spot.
Yes, they do.
And it's an incredibly comfortable place to put your thumb.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's a little harpoony.
It is, but like there's no jimping up there, but your thumb still locks in really nice with that ramp in the front.
Doesn't feel like it needs. Dennis's hand is a little bit far back, or his thumb's a little bit far back from that location, but you can absolutely see where you could snug right up if you wanted to.
Definitely can. I would say might be a little easier on the Rhino just because of the lack of flip hair tab.
yeah, that's right.
Being that the Rhino's a thumb stud, you can also get a Rhino in a flipper version. So, if you want to pick the wrong knife, it's your choice.
Dennis isn't here to stop.
I mean, go Jared. Buy them all. It doesn't matter. Every flavor. That's what I meant. Go Jared. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, was that a good enough recovery?
A little scrambly, but it wasn't bad. I gotta say, this knife is actually the thing that surprised me most about this knife is that it is actually extremely comfortable in hand, despite looking at the spine here, that big ol' sweepy hump right in the middle of the back of that knife. And to be fair, if you're hammer gripping this thing and squeezing for as much as you're worth, it may not be that comfortable. But in a more relaxed utilitarian grip, where I think I'm actually going to be using the knife and applying pressure while using it, it's perfectly comfortable. I thought the clip was going to be more of a hot spot. It was absolutely not. I have another issue with the clip, but that's for later.
I was gonna say, I think actually the more of the hotspot, and then you had the one picture that had the backside to it, was the jimping on the butt end of it. And with a big enough hand, you do actually feel that jimping.
Oh yeah, you definitely feel it.
Aggressive.
But I wasn't bothered by it though, was the thing. That was I guess if I were to lean into it and I don't know. I didn't find it to be. I definitely felt it there texturally, but it didn't bother me all that much, to be honest. Um, yeah, I don't know.
That
It's
was
Find it quite comfortable in hand as well.
yeah.
one of the small things I did notice on that bad boy. And as far as utilitarian and like the purpose behind it, I totally get it. But in a longer grip, you can see my hand hanging off of the back end of it. And those little teeth do kind of poke in as you're squeezing down on it, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah. I believe if your thumb is probably choked up higher,
You might avoid that a little bit.
towards where that harpoon sits, yeah, it would probably push your hand further out of the way so you don't feel it. But in the grip that I'm in right now, I definitely did. That if I were to have any sort of force on the backside, I would feel that like little sharp
Absolutely.
alligator fin thing going on. Yeah. Anyway,
The old alligator fin.
It did feel very tactical in the reverse grip, gotta say. Having your thumb up that jumping, like, oh yeah, that's a tactical. It's right there. It's definitely. To be clear, it does actually feel decent in a reverse grip in hand. I don't know if that's necessarily what this was intended for, but
Aren't they all?
like a little bit, stealth kill and all that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
all right. I have questions now.
Okay.
What's the pivot color made out of?
I'm willing to bet aluminum.
Okay. Good luck trying to find that answer. Riddle me that one, Batman, because I
gonna
looked.
say they don't say shit on the website. Hey,
And I have that one picture, the first one you put up of it closed, that you can also see the very nice pocket clip on.
oh, the pocket clip. I was actually zooming into the to the pivot collar because you can see the nice
That
That does look like
texture.
aluminum to me, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But the pocket clip, yes, this guy here. So it is a ball bearing clip, but yeah.
Yeah. It is a ball bearing clip and ceramic ball bearing, even what they put on there. I'm a big fan. More companies need to do this, need to do it right. I don't like the fact that CRKT is leading that trend, although I don't think that rollerball thing on the Michael Walker thing, I'm not sold on that. Anyway, this, on the other hand, makes it so it's hard to jump over the lip of a pair of jeans, the denim, the seam that's on the top. The ball bearing definitely has enough tension that it slows down going over top of it. But as far as chewing up your pocket, it has none of that. It still slides over top when you want to pull it out of your pocket itself, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The tension on the clip I never found to be a problem. What I found that was actually kind of fucking weird is the angle at which this clip sits. So I want to say in this, no, it's a little bit too dark. Yeah, you can't really see it here. The clip where it joins onto the handle and folds down, it has a really harsh, like 45, like no joke, 45-degree angle where it sits on the side of the knife. And when you put that in your pocket, it's slanted in literally the opposite direction. So while it does sit there, and it sits there fine, I was finding that in this photo, in this perspective, the left-hand side of this pocket clip was rubbing into the seam of my pants quite badly. I don't know that it would have torn up my pants pocket over time. I don't think it was really that abrasive, but it definitely was kind of a weird pivoting point for the knife. Like, it literally would pivot in my pocket from that pinch point.
Now, I wonder if the theory behind that, and I don't know, I'm just spitballing at this point. Theory would be that you're rarely in a straight up and down position, and that any sort of bending position would actually keep that tighter to the seam of your pants as it was canted that way. I don't know.
Possibly?
But as soon as you go right hand only, I don't like you anymore. So it's
Hear that, Javo?
sorry,
Don't
Jared.
like you anymore.
There was choices made. No, it's
yeah.
I heard it here first, folks.
I do have to say, and this is something that I've been thinking about a little bit more lately, but clips like this, where there's a bit of a space before they begin to sweep upwards, tend to be a little bit more comfortable towards the back of the hand anyway. And I did find that this clip is very comfortable to hold, to put in and out of the pocket. I imagine that in a pair of jeans, because I didn't try pocketing this in jeans, but where the pocket is more horizontal, this clip, the top of that lip, would probably be less of a problem. But for me, and I don't have those pants on hand right now, but I had pants where the pocket seam is very much like a long sweep going downwards.
Slacks style.
Yeah, slack style. Not particularly great for this style of book. But that's about the only gripe I have as far as the ergos on this thing. It's literally in pocket ergos.
Yeah. So, speaking of the clip, in this little batch of photos, I took this picture and I took another one that was almost identical too.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So the one thing that I'm not a huge fan of on this one, and I don't understand quite the design language of it, is the pocket clip itself. The closer to the spine of the knife it is, and the other picture I think shows it off a little bit better. It's actually cut into the back steel like pommel of the knife, and it's machined out. But on the butt end of it, where it rounds out on the very tail end, it's not machined out in any sort of way. So you could look at it from the other side, but if you actually zoomed in, and especially on the other picture now, if you flick to the other picture, you can kind of see around the corner.
I'm sorry, are you saying that on one side closer to like the left screw, it's milled in, and on the right side it's not?
I think it is. It is milled in on both sides, but
it's this picture is actually deceiving. If you look at it in person, it's not. That's a reflection off of the white reflection that you're getting. I don't think that little lip, I can see what you're seeing, Joe, in that little tiny lip, but I do not believe that's there. We can double check that. But if you look around the front of the knife, and unfortunately I couldn't get a picture of the front of like behind that screw on the right-hand side, it's not machined in to the steel back end at all. It's just sitting high and proud. And for me, it's just more of a, if you're already going to screw lefties over by not, just like kind of fill that clip out and make it a cutout clip. And
interesting. I'm reasonably certain that there is actually pocketing towards the very tail end of the knife there, but it is slight. And yeah, you're right. It is hard to tell in these photos.
But around the front of it, it doesn't. Like if you looked around the front end of that knife where the bolt-on lock actually like is
so
actuating,
it's not like actually fully seated on that side. Okay, I see.
I did try to take a picture of it, but yeah.
Okay, so what? Oh no. Okay, I see what you're saying. So there is actually pocketing towards the opening side of towards the blade, but not nearly as much. It doesn't sit. Now, I have to wonder, is that because of the rounded contouring they did on the lock bar before they did the milling for the clip?
Well, and the lock bar itself, it has the same height as the top piece of steel. That's the nice thick part, and it goes all the way down to that lock bar, and then that lock bar extends out and does the lock from there because that whole piece is bolted right on, right? So, yeah, I don't know if you can see.
I just jumped to their website just to see if there was any photo from a good angle that could show off exactly what we're talking about, but I don't. Okay, well, you can see the clip proud on this side in this picture with the tan. Can I open that up in a new tab? Yeah, sure can.
It's just, like I said, as far as I was like, you might as well just make that whole pommel side that.
And what was the sale price for this thing again?
$149 US.
So
on their website. So
at this price point, I do kind of, especially for the materials being used, I kind of expect details like this to be, at the very least, non-problematic in use. But I would like to see this kind of stuff more ironed out. Yeah, we don't have a good picture of the spine here on the website, but.
There's one picture that has the knife There's a big picture of it on its side, but then right next to it, it actually has a picture with it closed tip down
Yeah, I
on
see
their
that
website.
with
Yeah.
the green here. Yeah, I see
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one. You
That
can,
kind of shows off the
yeah,
front of the clip.
it's hard to tell unless I. Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I'm
this
flogging
is.
a dead horse on this one, but
Yeah, but that's
it
okay.
was weird. It was actually the most noticeable thing on anything that I noticed as far as something to complain about. And you can really see it in that picture, the front of that black steel plate.
Yeah.
It's not, like I said, go the next time you're in the shop, go and look at the front of that cut. It's not cut out at all. It's cut out on the backside to mill that down and in. And then because the handle tapers just like it does on the other side with the G10, it's very proud. And for me, it's more of an aesthetic thing. I'm sure it doesn't change anything else, but I'm like, cut in the whole clip.
It might actually make your pocket clip more flat
Well, and
because
here's the
it's
thing: if this is going to be a
staying in
right
line.
hand,
Right?
if this is going to be a right hand dedicated user, I don't know that the handles need to be perfectly symmetrical, right? Like if you're going to avoid a little bit of rounding towards the very end there to make sure that the pocket clip is seated fully, why not do that?
Argument. You're not going to feel it because the pocket clip's going to be there anyway, so
Yeah.
might as well.
And
Yeah.
that's and the other side of that too is I didn't actually notice this when handling it, and the reason I think I didn't notice it is because I didn't feel it. What I did notice was how the pocket clip was set at such a weird angle, which again, ergonomically in hand, cool beans. In pocket, kind of strange. But yeah, good catch, Dennis. I hadn't even clocked the pocketing on the back.
It's a weird design choice and a weird machining. Yeah, where it's just the pocket is like it's a half pocket. It's like a woman's jeans pocket. It's not like a real pocket. It's like
it kind of exists, but
it's
really.
more of an aesthetic pocket than it is functional cutout than anything else. Yeah.
It's a suggestion more than anything. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, interesting. The other thing, and I don't remember which one of you sons of bitches I was talking to about it, but G10 backspacer.
Okay, cool.
One of us was talking about, is it aluminum, is it steel, is it whatever? It's G10.
Do they list it as G10?
No, but I found another website that does.
I think they might be on crack because there's no evidence of layering anywhere in that. It's a very homogeneous, and again, can't really tell in any of these photos, but it's a real homogeneous.
And they don't say anything on their actual website about what the backspacer is, just like they don't say anything about the weight.
So to be clear, the backspacer, it does feel ever so slightly more cool to the touch than the G10, right? So to me, that says, okay, it's probably aluminum. It's probably aluminum that's been anodized, but it could also be a polymer. There just aren't that many polymers that are going to be that cool, comparatively speaking, to. But I didn't see any seam lines, and had I remembered to take my fucking interior photos, there's no seams on the inside of the backspacer. I did look for that. There's no seam, there's no injection molding evidence anywhere there.
I'm pretty sure it's just cold because you're dead inside, Joe.
No, because that's why I'm cold. See, that's not why it's cold.
Everything's cold, Joe.
Everything's cold all the time. Jesus, it's depressing.
So cold. So cold.
I really hope it's not polymer. I don't think Benchmade should get away with it. I don't think Kershaw should get away with it. I don't think ZT should get away with it. I don't think Begg should get away with it. That's kind of crappy.
And again, I read G10 on because I was doing some outside homework to be able to spout some stuff and maybe know the specs before I actually had to say them, so I could try to do it under a minute. You know,
and it very well may be G10. It just didn't have that distinctive layering that you typically get with milled away G10. I think I have an example here that I don't know if it's going to turn up on camera, but this is absolutely a G10 backspacer, and you can see, even in this crappy webcam, you can see the layering.
Yeah.
Both it and the scales.
Absolutely.
And G10 is actually that is a standard in woven fiberglass, like phenolic material. So it should be layered, is my imagining, but yeah.
It's crosscut.
Crosscut G10 for the backspacer. You think they might actually advertise that a little bit? Anyway.
Nope, just to spite you.
And then, yeah, 4.85 on the weight. She's pushing 5 ounces. She's a chonk.
Yeah, a little bit of a chunk. How long is the blade
Yeah.
on this thing again? It's a 3.5 inch blade.
The 3.4 cutting. So apparently the 0.1 with the choily choils.
Speaking of choily choils, that's an aggressive choily choil. That's like a fish hook choily choil.
It's a VEF choil. Okay.
Yeah, Vef got his mitts on this too. Yeah.
It'll get you.
Did it?
Don't
did
put
it
your
get
finger
you?
in front. No, I'm saying it will get you. Don't put your finger in front of the.
Yeah,
in
it'll
front of the
bite.
slipper.
It'll bite. Okay.
I didn't get my son, but I was trying it out just to see how much it would grab, and she'll bite you.
I believe it.
Yeah. Nom nom.
Nom 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 nom.
Have we talked about the blade shape at all?
I just said I liked it. I didn't really get into why.
Compounds, hollows, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Compounds and hollows and recurves. Oh my, it's kind of cool. If you ever looked at like a Grimsmo Norseman and just be like, looks a little too stupid, this may actually be somewhat useful to you, even if you're like, oh, I kind of like the. Yeah, no, I wasn't going where you're thinking I'm going, Paul.
Not saying it.
Not doing that. But this actually is somewhat useful blade shape. Talk about this knife fairly infrequently, but the Zulu is not exactly the same kind of concept. It does have a bit of a snubby here and a recurve. I found this to be incredibly useful blade shape. I think the Astio is going to be even more so because you have that secondary tip that you can use to actually drag into things and make use of. Yay!
I wonder who should have done a blade comparison. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
the Zulu, or
no, that's much closer. Much closer.
The weird ass CRKT. Welcome to the party, Alan Elschwitz. How you doing? Yeah.
I gotta be honest. I like it better here.
Yeah. You don't like the stupid deep hollow grind compared to the stupid
like
shallow Scandi grind.
I like that for different reasons, but this is just clean.
Oh yeah, no, you look at the Pharaoh and it's like, oh holy shit, what the hell is that? This is like it's a little bit more sleek, it's a little bit more measured, let's say. And I do like the Pharaoh. Honestly, I kinda like the Pharaoh a little bit more in profile. It's just it's just nasty. But
harpoon.
Oh Jesus, dude.
Well, and then RJ Martin made the Rampage for Boker, if you want to bring that up. That's also so there's a whole bunch of boys that have been playing with the compound recurries.
It's a good it's a good shape. It's a nice thing.
If you've seen, yeah.
I'm growing an affinity for compound grinds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's quite similar to the thing that you had up on screen there, Dennis.
I don't know what you're talking about. They have nothing to do with each other. They should sue each other.
There you go.
Something like that. Oh, you know what's another weird comparison? What is that little Boker you have on your Pokey bag? What is that? The Urban?
The Urban Defender?
Yeah.
And the pool cues in the pool room. Yeah. But
this is getting into caricature levels of similarity, but you could see the similarity here.
Well, you might as well talk about the Tops Bite Back or whatever the hell it is, and then yeah, there's a whole bunch of those gross knives.
Urban Survival, that's what it was called.
I'm sure.
Yeah, this thing's wildly weird. Anyway,
Terrible.
for the knife we're actually talking about. How long have we been doing this review for?
Anything? Yeah, we're done. Let's sum it up. Let's get the show on the road. What do we want to sum it up as, you sons of bitches?
Holy, I mean,
give it a rating if you can. What do you give this?
I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 body screws because there's a lot of body screws in this fucking knife.
Wow, 4.85 ounces, man. That's a lot of screws.
I was gonna say 3 of those ounces are just the T6 screws that are needed to bolt this fucking thing together.
Yeah. Well, they took the weight out of the blade. That's where all the speed holes came from. They just turned screws out of those.
The one thing we didn't talk about we kind of alluded to it a few times, is the price versus the bill of materials. And I gotta say, this is definitely one of those knives that kind of challenges your perception of what materials are worth a little bit, because the execution is so well done. Like the action, we barely touched on the action. The action is, well, it's pretty good.
So-
I will say that there's been some inconsistency. Some detents were a little bit harder than others, but
We're trying to compete with Demcos. And if Demcos can do it with Oz 10 and D2, so can a Bestech.
at least the best tech has given you
Or
a
not
G10
the
of
best.
steel instead
Sorry,
of...
a Begg knives.
yeah.
Sorry, a Begg knives, not a Bestech. Sorry.
Yeah, you are right, though. This best tech does give you the G10 and the steel for the handle, as opposed to the steel and the GFN or Grivery or whatever they're using.
Yeah, you bet. So that's where this niche market is coming from. And just like a Demco, you can pay a lot of money for some titanium and some 3V or some aluminum and some S35, or you can pay for some plastic and some Oz 10, couple $100 from a Demco knife, right?
This is the opportunity to own a design from a designer that you would never be able to own one of their customs. Like it
Is an opportunity kind of like an apricot and an opportunity mixed together?
Something like
yeah,
that.
it's delicious.
It's delicious. It tastes like opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like the sounds of that. Yeah, this.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I would
It's-
not. Not that kind of opportunity. Yeah.
Smells
Okay.
like
So
pie.
I think almost all of the fine details have been nailed on this knife. Execution's great by and large. There's
I like
very
the lines.
Yeah, and I think the idea that you can get this design, which was previously available in multi-$1,000 customs, I think, and then available in multi-$100, the old SteelCraft series, then now this is actually pretty affordable. Yeah, pretty recommendable for a lot of guys. For anyone who's interested in this type of design, especially someone interested in JVO's work. Yeah.
So, what's your rating?
My rating is 4 out of 5 body screws.
Oh, yes, that's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that
Fair
does, if we're getting, so it's,
Um,
I think you could have gotten rid of one of those body screw sets, but fuck, what do I know?
Man,
don't worry about it. I'll tell you in the morning.
it's the perfect number for my rating. Don't worry about it.
So I'm going to rate it King Tut's head. That's what I'm going to rate it on. Mainly because if you look up the word Astio in Italian, it means to hold a grudge, and since I just threw up a pharaoh, it's holding the grudge, and so you've got King Tut's head on a platter. Is it a silver platter or is it gold? It's probably gold. It's Egyptian.
Egyptian, probably gold.
It wouldn't be silver. Yeah. So yeah, let's go with King Tut's head on the gold platter.
All right.
That's what I rate it. Yeah.
Jesus, that's pretty fucking weird. All right.
Have my ratings ever been normal?
No, but that one is a little bit out there. Yeah, I'm not saying I didn't like it. I enjoyed it, but damn.
Mine feels so normal now. I'm gonna give it 5 body screws out of 7 speed holes.
Oh, all right.
You're missing a bunch of speed holes though on the bolt-on lock.
I can't see those ones, so I couldn't count them.
I can't count them. I can't go to the website and count 5 more. That's a pain in the ass.
Gonna make you work.
12 for the record.
Look,
12 on just the lock bar.
5 out of 7 has some memey goodness.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's because there's 5 on the lock bar and 7 on the blade. Is that what you're going with?
No, it's a different meme, but that's okay. It's a perfect score. Don't worry about it. It's
perfect score.
Perfect score. 5 out of 7. Yeah, I guess that wraps it up. I think if you're interested, you should grab one. If you're lefty, go fuck yourself, as usual.
I'll just rate hand carry.
In general.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you already try to in general. So yet here we are, still not listening to the broken rulers.
That's fair. It's made me sad.
Broken rulers.
Well, mission accomplished. It's
Yeah.
I did it last week right off the bat. I might as well wait till the closing of the review to make you sad this time. That's
There you go.
Broken rulers, a throwback to the King Tut rating.
No, when they used to slap your hands for using your left hand in school,
Yeah.
and they'd break yardsticks.
You
It
were
was
beating
yardsticks back in the
children.
day. God damn it! It wasn't even meter sticks.
Yep. Give you
Well,
some good
stop
wind up.
having the devil in you, and they wouldn't have to beat it out of you.
No, he's in there good.
He's cozy. He keeps me
He's
warm.
definitely
He's
not.
cozy.
He's deeper than the elbow. That's for sure. As far as trying to
Oh.
beat him out.
Oh, at least you're
Oh,
trying
I
to beat him
don't. I
out.
don't like any of that mental image.
Well,
Well, I got okay.
Deeper
Did-
than the elbow is a visceral statement.
I got
devil
one.
went down to Georgia. I'm just saying. So, yeah, on to other things. I think we're done. Wrap it. Call it a review. Put a bow on it.
Right. Thanks for joining us for the review. The live stream will continue, but for those of you who have just joined us for the review, thanks for joining us. I am Darren Joe.
He's doing it again.
Yeah.
I am who I am. I'm Dennis Fibers.
XL.ca.
We're still going. We're not leaving anywhere live streaming.
No, we're not going
Joe's
anywhere.
just
We're
weird
still
as
there.
far as a cutoff for the review.
I said as much.
We got to figure out a
I
new way to
said
cut that
as
off.
much.
We got to do it. It's weird.
On that note, y'all got any topics?
You got a topic?
I might have a topic.
I got a
You
topic.
might have a topic, or you do have a topic.
Don't worry about it.
I can force a topic.
Well, don't force
I've
it
been
too hard.
known
You'll-
to
You'll
force a
hurt yourself.
topic out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what's your topic?
It's a new company that I just heard about recently. It was actually a couple weeks ago that I heard about it.
Okay.
It's a company called CHKnife.com.
It's down here.
CHknives.com.
CH Knives. I've heard of this company.
The website is chknife.com. So that's what I was trying to direct you to.
How many viruses will I get if I go there?
None. They make
You'll
some
just-
pretty things.
You'll just end up in
Okay.
Georgia. Yeah, I have actually these guys. They're not budget, or if I remember correctly,
No,
these
not
guys
by any
actually do
stretch.
some fancy shit. Yeah, I've seen these guys.
Yeah.
I know of these people.
Does this knife have a pocket clip built into the handle on both sides?
It looks like it. Yeah. Our friend Lemmy in chat may or may not own one or two of these CH knives,
Oh.
and he turned one of them.
I've heard.
This website's a little wanky. What's going on?
So I don't know if I like the whole like clip on both sides thing. That's weird. It's weird.
It depends on how integrated into the handle it is.
It
If
gives
it's
me
Go ahead.
it gives me more satisfaction to know that I can take it off of you fucking righties.
Rather
Not
than
have it
having
there.
quality.
Wait
Like,
a
you know,
sec. They
Not
make
on my knife.
They make a fidget spinner knife.
I want it.
Nobody show Alex.
I want it right now.
Um,
Give me. It's
There's
just
been
$50
things I've banned.
USD.
There's things I've banned from work. I'll do it again.
That's okay.
So
I'll
at
cut myself
Astro,
at home with it. It's
I'm
fine.
not seeing that Astro knife available here. Wondering if it's a coming.
It's called
soon.
It's Astio. We just reviewed it. It's the wrong company completely, Joe.
Wrong.
Apparently, that I think Lemmy in chat is saying that the fidget spinner is a pre-production Kickstarter.
Well, yeah, you can't buy it in green. You can't buy it in gray. It was $50 at one point. All right.
I want it.
That's silly. That's silly.
How many millimeters is the blade?
Blade length,
See?
44 millimeters. You could absolutely take that with you on a plane. I hate it. Thanks. I hate it.
And I could just sit on the plane and just flick my knife all the time, like an asshole.
You just hear it for 4 hours straight.
Somebody reaches over the seat and smacks me upside my head. It's Dennis.
Yeah.
Normally, things don't get confiscated after you cross over security, but they're like, sir, we're still going to have to confiscate your pocket knife from you.
Just walk over and slap my head.
This is dangerous. We've just decided. Yeah. Anyway, good times. Yeah, that's a fun one. They had something else that was like Quaken-y looking thing.
They
And
got
I
a
don't
lot.
think it was the one that Lemmy showed us recently, but I can't remember. Yeah.
Well, they got some pricey stuff, and they got some not so pricey stuff. I did ask for this to be in CAD, but it's all American, that's fine.
That knife is shaped like the letter S.
Yes, it is.
It's so you can throw it and it comes back to you.
Yeah, like the Beastmaster.
The Sultan, it's called. That's
Okay. All right.
oh, but are those? Oh, those are onlays. Those aren't grooves, are they?
Okay.
That's kind of neat.
I don't know. You're the one that's telling the story.
There's a
I'm
titanium
not
grippy
telling
groove.
shit, sir. I am looking at pictures. No, those are inlays. Okay, that's kind of neat. Hmm. You know, I'm not generally a fan of trailing point blades, but it's kind of neat. It's kind of nifty. Pretty good
I'm into it.
prices. I'm not surprised that they're completely sold out at these prices, though. Gotta be honest.
Also true.
Yeah, those are fancy. Those are fancy.
Interesting.
So, new thing on the market to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah. That's my thing.
That
It's
one
a-
right next to the fidget spinner and that San Mai one. What the hell? That's a Makusta looking son of a
The
bitch.
Woo
Mhm.
Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Woo Boo kind of caught my eye. That's a little silly. Oh, but kind of nice. Huh. That lanyard hole though.
Yeah.
That's a
Don't worry
big-
about it.
That I'm worried. Don't drop it off a ladder, Joe.
Oh, there's no pocket clip. What the hell? Frame lock, no pocket clip.
So they wanted to have that lanyard centered, but they were just using one of those old style hole punches, and it just punched it off a little bit. It just wasn't.
Oh, you
quite...
mean one of the handheld ones that you gotta squeeze
Yeah, and
really
it like
super
almost went through the paper. You can see where it all, and you have to get one of those white sticker things and put it on
Yeah,
top
the
so it doesn't
stupid
rip
stickers.
through.
hard. Yep.
That's what happened to the lanyard hole.
The milling in this handle, gorgeous though.
Yeah, too bad
That's
they
why I was like, between the what is the blade steel that they're using? Is it VG10?
VG10.
Tell me. Yeah, okay. For that price though.
for 40 American, yeah, Jesus, I don't care. For 40 American, I can almost forgive the lack of a pocket clip, but this is a really small knife. Not
So-
super small though.
Also, what they did is they put that giant hole in there so you can just thread a huge screw through it and have a single milled clip coming
course,
down off the one
of course.
side. It wouldn't be that hard to mod. I'm just telling you.
I was gonna say
It's-
just add monkey fist to it.
To keep it from rotating. See, I was thinking you tie a lanyard through it so you can whip the knife out from the end of this 4-foot lanyard, and then that's how you open the knife. Then you reel it back in, and then you use it.
like Scorpion
Yeah, pretty much.
with a $39 titanium frame lock.
What the hell's going on with that thumb stud? So they have like a normal-ish thumb stud on the front, but then they have just like a Torx screw sitting on the back. How does that not interfere with the blade or with the handle when it's closed?
Very carefully.
Okay, so literally very carefully. There must be just a gentle relief cut on the top of that frame there to prevent it from colliding. Okay,
Because they're assholes.
a little bit. If you're gonna design a
You
knife
just
like that,
unscrew it, flip it around, and never
But
close
that
your knife
little,
again.
that little cutout probably wouldn't work.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Never close your knife again.
that's a shame.
Yeah,
You know, for a knife
yeah.
that could have been lefty friendly because there was no pocket clip to begin with. That's
You know, they made sure of that.
You're just making a point of it here.
Yeah.
Just
No, none of
The
that.
guy working the hole punch was a lefty, apparently. So they're like, no,
mm,
this is what happens.
this
No
is what you
lefties.
get.
Yeah. And yes, that little weird looking thing beside this fidget
I
spinner.
like that little weird looking thing too.
This little weird looking thing, the toad
The
in
teal one?
Oz 8 with an
Boo.
but I like that handle milling design. That's cool. I really like that.
I know. What's the mill thickness on it? I don't
Wait,
even
is this
wanna
a
know.
slip joint? I think this is a slip joint. Either a
That
slip
might be
joint or a friction folder. Either way, I'm kind of into it. I think, yeah.
Little double detent action, something.
I don't even know if it's double detent. It doesn't specify. But looking at the pictures, there's some of these pictures showed the knife halfway open, and others, like this gray one here, that's more like a, what would you call that? A 1/3? A 1/3 open? Huh.
3/5.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
But
5/12. You know.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is. So I'm torn because I really like the look of this thing, but it's Oz 8 for 50 American. So
Boo. It's
Yeah.
also 45 millimeters. So again,
Dude, I want the fidget spin for airplanes to annoy the world.
all over the world.
Yep. I won't
Yeah.
even know that it makes a sound because I'll have headphones on.
yeah, everyone else will know what it sounds like. You won't.
Yeah.
That's obnoxious. Thank you.
Somebody will tap me on the shoulder and I'll take my headphones off. I'm like, oh, what is that horrible sound?
Well, funny you mention.
I hope someone opens it next to you when you're not looking. It's
That's fair.
ow, 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 ow.
It would
Why
only
are my
hurt for so
That's
long.
funny.
Why are my fingertips flayed open?
It's the little flopping fingers. It's just flopping some fingers.
Flopping fingers.
Old flopping fingers? I don't.
Good old flopping fingers.
What? They're gonna call you young flopping fingers? Come on,
Yeah,
Paul. Stop lying to yourself. It's
Huh. All right. Here we are.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that one on the.
I called myself old in front of my daughter's friends, and they were like, "You're not old." I'm like, "Oh, I'm not young." They're like, "Oh, yeah, I guess you're right." Like,
No, hold on a
Yes,
second,
slapped
kids.
them all.
it's,
It's
yeah,
okay,
and then I
we're
flop
friends.
some fingers. It's
Wow.
anyway, cool times. We'll have to have a deeper look on that and maybe have some things to catch our eye other than fidget spinners because all of us are assholes.
The only thing I want is the fidget spinner.
We know.
Awful, sir. Awful.
You're welcome. That looks like a.
So, what's the steal again? D2? Good stuff.
one?
$32. Yeah, I'm in. $50, $60 Canadian. I'm in.
Like
Do it.
the golf ball texture.
Front flipper.
Yeah, man. So neat.
Yeah. Cool beans. I think that might be it. I wrote a note somewhere about things I had looked into, but I don't know where that note is.
Oh, good job. That's not cool beans.
No,
I
it's
have
It's spicy beans. Spicy.
too spicy.
So how about you just go to Kershaw's website?
I can do that.
What have they discontinued?
There's some things. I don't even know if it's on Kershaw's website. I hope it's on Kershaw's website.
I am on Kershaw's website. What do we do?
There's a couple things.
We're looking at a new version of a knife? Because that might be
Yeah, a
something.
couple new versions of knives and things.
Okay, well, they're not on Kershaw's website. I looked earlier today. They're not on there.
Do you know the knives and things that I speak of?
I'm pretty sure. Well, okay. Well, there's this one here, which is that's new, but the Iridium
What is-
TI. That's what I just
yes,
flashed up.
that's one of the new things.
That is one of the new things. The other thing I was thinking of is not something we've discussed yet. What was the other one?
You don't know.
I know.
Well, let's go to the Iridium TI while
don't
I'm
know.
seeing if I can find the other one. You
Okay,
son of a
okay.
bitch.
Well, here's the Iridium Titanium. It was listed for $299 at one point, but now it's $169.
And see the steel. Good times with the steels.
What are they choosing to use for the steel? Oh, CPM 20CV.
All right.
Yeah, with
Oh,
the TI.
this knife will be available for purchase at 170 for 3 days only, from 620 to 622.
Yeah, so coming up in 2 days.
Holy hell.
Starting in a couple days.
Then
You
after
can
that,
get-
300, I guess.
Which, I mean, again, American made 20 CV, beloved titanium, rounded, pivot
Ball
collars.
bearings.
Maybe they stole some immunity lanyard beads and made some pivot collars out of them.
Well, they
That's-
stole the hardware. Look at that blue. Look at that blue PVD. Where have I seen that
No,
before?
that's the Narrows. That's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things.
That is cool, and not at all one of the things I was thinking of. What's the other thing?
That's pretty chido.
I can't find any info on it other than their social media shit. Okay, well, if you just Google image, yeah, Google image.
What am I
Yes,
Googling?
Blade HQ has it, so you can go to Blade HQ.
They do. What am I looking up?
You're looking up a Kershaw leak.
Yes, this is exactly what I was thinking.
Get out of my head, Joe.
No. Hey, Paul, do you see what we see? Is it going to load?
Not
in
yet,
time?
I know.
Oh, well.
Hurry up! Look harder. Look faster.
Oh, I see.
Uh-huh.
Do you see?
I
In
do
two
see.
flavors. They've got the blackened flavor, or the non-blackened flavor.
With Magna Cut.
Would you like some charred Magna Cut, or would you like some
I-
non-charred?
I like the one that looks like a burnt match, to be honest.
Yeah,
They both
yeah.
look like bird matches, but do you mean with the DLC blade?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's what I meant.
The DLC blade gives you black pocket clip, black hardware, black blade. The
Is it a black
snap-
wash, or is it just a black?
Just black.
Oh, that's dumb. They should have done black wash with that fade.
It
It
would
would
have
look
been cool.
better.
It
Yeah.
would have been cool,
But
but
would look better.
they did not. Oh, can I not? Nah.
So everyone's on the
Everywhere
Magna Cut
Magna Cut.
train. It's Magna Cut time for everyone.
Magna.
This might be a reason to get a leak finally.
Well, if you don't already own one, yeah, this is probably a pretty decent reason. Now,
Isn't it exclusive?
okay, here's
To certain dealers, yeah.
this is the thing. It's a dealer
no,
exclusive,
it's-
but I don't know if it's an exclusive to just one or two dealers, because I know Knife Center has them, and I know Blade HQ has them. We're looking at them here.
Haven't seen any Canadian dealers have them yet.
No.
Haven't been made aware of any Canadian dealers in my area. It's not us. Stop asking.
I did
I don't
look
know.
at Kershaw Canada. Didn't see any sign of them there. For the record, these SKUs don't actually appear on Kai USA or at all. So
No, it's select dealers.
yeah, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
not even cataloged there. Yeah,
Keeping hush
Fingers
hush
crossed.
about the whole damn thing.
unfortunately, but great price.
Yeah.
If you can get them for that price, because MSRP is listed at 2, which is a
I'll compare it.
Mhm.
Direct head to head.
Did they tell you the HRC on these? Curious.
No.
No.
You just guess.
Kershaw actually does a pretty decent job with their heat treat most of the time, at least from their American-made stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah,
But they do err on the side of caution, and in my experience as well. Like
Yeah.
say their M4 is a few points. It's still acceptable points for sure. Like at 62 instead of 64, but a
Yeah.
little bit softer. So I mean, they might be a direct comparison because this is I wouldn't say soft again, but on the softer side of the
60 to
acceptable
62
spectrum.
maybe is where they're sitting.
I think that's what these are. Either 60 to 62 or 61 to 63, something like that.
61 to 63 is an interesting range. I keep hearing a couple different manufacturers have been using.
Yeah.
I guess it's really hard to get up to that 64 without cryo.
Makes sense. Do some cryo.
Yeah,
Buy some dry ice.
and some alcohol.
No.
That's fair. I don't blame you. It seems like
Apparently, you can get halfway decent results sticking your blades into a freezer, like just a commercial freezer.
you sure can.
But you have to do it immediately after your hardening phase. Yeah, after your initial quench. You can't wait.
Yeah. It's got to be like a freezer in the room.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, yeah, that's cool shit.
So good times. Good times. Yeah. So that's little nugget, 20 CV. That's a little nugget.
Fancy nugget.
Something else I learned actually about the leaks. The reason why you only see the hologram leaks with the 14C Sandvik steel, the base steel that it comes with, is because the holo grinding setup that they use for those blades doesn't play nice with harder steels, apparently.
Well, I mean, seeing as how the predecessor to that one was 440A.
Then yeah, that kind of makes sense. Legacy equipment can only do legacy things, I guess. Yeah.
But it's a legacy.
There's a leg in there somewhere.
We don't talk about that.
You always got to get one leg in there. It's somehow. It's yeah.
Put your right leg in, and you got it stuck.
Yeah. Devil's going down to Georgia again.
Absolutely.
That Devil's going down to Georgia. You guys want anything? Yeah.
So, speaking of going to Georgia, I got a couple other nuggets here.
Oh shit. Okay.
I don't know how new it is, but have you heard of the Kaiser Bugai? Kaiser knives. Bugai. You can go to Kaiser's website if you want, but
No, I refuse.
Okay.
No, I'll go there. It's just I'm going to be linked. Oh, this thing. The 3V variant?
yeah. Have you seen the price point?
No, that is aggressive.
For some 3V in some pocket knife.
From this distance away, it looks zero ground. That's not right?
No, it does have a
No.
secondary bevel.
Okay. That makes
It
me
also
sad.
has a Val Outen tip. Kind of. Not really. Kind of.
No, it
dig
looks
that.
like someone just stabbed something before they put this knife on. Stabbed some cardboard a little bit before they took a picture of this knife.
Two things could be true at once. You know, it was sharpened by Veth, and then somebody stabbed a car hood with it.
So, but yes, even at regular price off of Kaiser's website, it's on sale for $80. It's regular price $89 for 3V.
For $90 in 3V.
But $90 in a 3V uniform.
Design
Yeah.
inspiration. Bugai means strong guy in Russian. That's hilarious for 3V. That's a great choice.
He's a strong guy.
I do believe they make a more budgety version in 154 CM, but I don't even know if the price points are probably identical. I wouldn't be surprised if they were.
They call this a 3V Tonto. 3mm blade stock thickness, so that'll come down to a pretty nice edge for how wide that blade is.
I'm
Is that a
I would
hologram?
subscribe to your magazine and or website.
No, Joe, it's a zero grind. Paul already asked. Well,
Keep up.
Look, I was hoping. Okay.
Aw. They don't say. Well,
A Scandi Ground 3V folding Puko sounded like a lot of fun.
so, yeah, little nuggets
Gross.
on the hillside. Full of ticky-tacky, all of that. It's
because of the
Ticky tacky,
age.
tacky little nuggets.
If they're tacky, you probably need a little bit. Is it more or less fiber? If that's the case,
Just put them down.
Just
just put them down.
make better choices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you touching them in the first place? Well, yeah, it's. Don't worry about it, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's damn cheap
I'm
for
into
3V, man. Holy crap.
How do
3-inch
you make
blade,
sense
so
of
that's like it's about yay big, roughly.
I don't know. That knife's weird.
It's
That's
fine.
fantastic.
Well, what's the overall
Clean
length of
design.
this guy? Overall length 7.3 inches, roughly. Okay, so actually it's a little bit longer than this. It's a little okay, so a little bit longer than your Spatico native. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, good times. Good times.
I'm into it. I would like one, please. Gib.
Same for that price. Yeah.
So, on the new knife train, check out the Boker Bronco.
Right in time for Stampede to come up.
Yeah, it's appropriate. It's appropriate. We got Stampede coming.
Unfortunately, this product is no longer available.
What?
There's a Bronco Mini and a Bronco Basic, but I can't go to just Bronco, apparently. Boker's website is
What about okay, go up to the top, sorry. What's that one? The Bronco Basic. What is it?
That's 3V.
There you go. That's the one I'm looking for.
$183.95.
Okay, so that one's a little more expensive, but it's still in the Benchmade kind of category.
Yeah. Right in
Pukoi.
line with the Luco.
Stitch up leather sheath. Little dangler. Okay.
I do like that sheath more, I'll be honest, as far as how much knife is going to end up inside of it.
Yeah. And I figured we were on the 3V train, so I figured I'd find a Kaiser knife, and then I also found a Boker knife. I have no idea how much this knife was until you just brought it up. I was kind of curious on how much it was going to come up to because I didn't know if it was going to be a good deal or a bad deal. And 183 American is an okay deal, I suppose, especially from Boker, I suppose.
If you want to spend a little bit less, you can always get the Bronco Mini. What steel is it, you ask? Don't worry about it.
Does it say in the description potentially?
Doesn't say. There's no description. It's coming soon. I hope it's 3V.
It's steel.
Yeah.
The coating says it's uncovered or uncoated on that knife.
So is that just straight up corrosion? Is that what you're?
I was
like,
what are they taking a picture of if that's uncoated blade?
I don't know.
What steel is it? Yes.
It is made of the steels.
Uh-oh.
The finest of steels.
So they have a MagnaCut slip joint here with a coffin shaped.
Of course
handle.
they do. Wow, I didn't know about that one either. That's fun.
Bucks.
How much money on that one?
150.
American,
Now-
so two bills CAD.
I think so. Yeah.
I do dig that.
That's the Boker pricing we know and love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Although the MagnaCut, they could have put a 3 tag on it, but they need some
Oh, but this is this is solid
oak from a whiskey barrel to charge that much money.
That's why this is German made. That's why. If this was part of the Plus
the
lineup-
MagnaCut's German made too.
Yeah, it sure is.
Probably not.
No. Oh, I see what you're
Okay.
saying. Yeah, no. This model that happens to be using the MagnaCut is
No.
Yeah.
But Boker's like, oh, Benchmade tax? Let me show you a thing or two about taxes,
Oh, yeah. Watch this.
tariffs, etc.
Yeah.
Oh,
You think VG10 is expensive? N690 Cobalt, you sons
Ooh.
of bitches.
How about MagnaCut with titanium and micarta in a ball bearing flipper subframe lock for $339?
Wasn't this the knife that I told someone else to sue each other over?
I think maybe.
Looks
'Cause
like a
if-
penya.
Oh, look, there's a ball bearing clip.
There was something. Hey, look, it's a ball bearing clip.
Neat.
Look,
I
it's
dig it.
like things are trending.
I would take one.
Why the
Yeah.
hell would you have a screw that you're using for your standoff at the very end of the knife? Why would you attach your pocket clip there? Why do you need another screw? Why are you doing this? Boker, listen to me.
They really wanted to point out the fact that you could not put this on the left side.
Oh,
We
Design-
could put it on the same side, and then that curve wouldn't even look that weird. It's a subtle enough curve on that clip. You could have put it ambi, but no.
oh, fucking stupid. All right.
I-
For that kind of money,
Everything that Justin's saying in chat right now.
what's
yeah.
that?
The answer is obvious. They have a screw loose.
Oh, all right. I'm done for the night.
They wanted to say screw the lefties.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see. You guys are so funny.
Don't make me start hole punching lanyards. You won't like whether the outcome goes. It's
I don't like it where it is right now.
make a
I wonder if this
CH knife
rolly
look
ball
great.
will
What's that?
I wonder if this rolly ball will rolly ball.
It doesn't rolly. It just doesn't
They
rippy.
shouldn't roll.
I want it to rolly ball.
But if it rolly balls, then it's just gonna fall out. It's just gonna.
Nah,
It'll
nah.
pop out.
Yeah.
Bruh,
Extra tension.
bruh, listen.
Nah.
Spring tension holds it in place.
Yeah.
And what happens when it goes over a pocket? You get bing. There goes your
Spring
ball bearing.
tension holds it in place. It's
Yeah, see.
No.
see if you just keep saying the same thing over and over again.
Eventually, he gives up and he stops arguing with you.
That'll
Yeah.
be the end of the stream. It's
Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa,
halfway.
yeah.
I hope we're further than half.
Well.
Yeah. I don't got another half in me.
So yeah, that's good times. I think that's all the good times I have.
The spare.
Well, I have one other one that's a minor. Could send a
Yeah.
picture to you. Joe, do you have anything? Well, I'm trying to maybe send a picture to you.
No, I literally thought I had a note, like actually on the sticky notes program. in
Oh,
Windows, right
yeah,
here. And it's
that's
actually
right.
done. Yeah.
Dog ate my homework bullshit. That's right, I remember. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Appreciate your understanding. It's fucking fantastic.
Here's a little nugget.
Are you emailing me nuggets?
I am.
Well,
Nuggets. It's the last nugget of the night.
I wonder how long this nightly nugget's gonna take to arrive in
I
my
don't know. Hopefully not that
What
long.
is that Quaken sim? Does it flick both ways?
think so. I think it's just
So
an angle.
Hinderer did that, eh? On I think it was like one of the Maximus knives that he made or something
Yeah,
that
it
looked like a
was
Maximus, or is it a
kind of-
double flipper? We talked about that. It's in one of the episodes. You should go back and watch them all to figure out which one it is.
Yeah. Let us know in
Which one? We don't remember. You're
How
expecting
many
us to?
videos you've made at this point? Come on.
Many. Probably too many.
I don't know if you found it or not, but yeah.
It's
So-
just here. Yeah.
So I think it's Justin Lundquist.
Boop. There's a picture.
I want to say.
It was a red pivot collar, so it's got to cost at least 300 Benchmade dollars, right? It looks
That's cute.
nice. What is that?
That is a new company. Justin Lundquist
Oh,
has got a new company out. This is the first knife that they've released. I believe it's a double D10. No, it's a liner. Sorry, liner lock. Yeah. Don't know the steel. Wire clip on it. A bunch of different flavors of colors: green and satin, gray on gray, desert tan, which I don't care about, black and black. No prototype, still phase. Don't know steels. Could be D2, could be 1428. But anyway, Justin's starting his own company called Dallas Knife Co. The only thing I Daedalus.
Daedalus? Sorry, Daedalus Knife Works?
Daedalus. Sorry. Yes, my bad.
Daedalus Knife Works?
Yeah.
Or okay. So
Knife Co.
Oh, Daedalus. Oh, okay. I was like, that's an ominous name, gotta be honest, but I'm here for it because that is sick. Okay, so the website does exist, there's just nothing there yet.
So, super new. Like, this is prototype phase. The picture that I had and had to, like, very, roughly snag a picture.
Neat.
Because also, Lundquist is starting his own thing. He's got something up his sleeve.
Good for him.
I'm here for it. That's a good looking thing in teal.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's not what we're here for. That's a concept knife.
Yeah, it's still a good looking thing in teal. It's a Lundquist design.
I'm just snooping on his website.
I was gonna say you're a good looking thing in teal, but that's probably not true.
Teal's not your color. Well, it's just not.
Hey man, how would you know?
I have a vivid mind's eye. I don't know.
It really brings out those eyes.
I got a teal shirt right meow.
Oh.
Yeah, over that mountain, right? Just back over yonder.
Behind that tree.
It's the yonders.
Yeah.
Well, that's just...
Anyway, good times. That's my last nugget. Is
squeeze the last of them out. Fantastic.
You gotta sometimes.
I am interested. Okay, is that G10 for the handles?
Looks like it.
That looks like a diamond texture, so I mean, it could be G10, but
that's fair.
G10, yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah.
And a fuller to open. If it's a liner lock, I'm into that.
I bet you it flicks nice off that fuller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That is actually one trend I'm happy to see gain a little bit more traction. The reverse finger flick off of a fuller. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
I know, you're going to get your cheese stuck in your fuller. Well, you know what? Just don't cut.
It's not quite as cool as that.
Either don't cut your cheese or learn how to clean your knives.
Yeah, just chew on the block like a man. Come on.
Take the ball of mozzarella and fucking bite into it like it's a goddamn apple. Just
put it in your mouth. Just put the whole thing in your mouth and start to chew.
Just eat it like you have no concerns.
I'm curious on where Joe is getting his mozzarella, that they're just giving it to him in baseball form. Unless it's like matzo balls, but that's a different thing than a mozzarella ball. What's that?
Fresh mozzarella balls, yeah.
Yeah. You buy them in big old balls. You can get them prepackaged and stuff. It's delicious.
What mozzarella is supposed to be.
Yeah. Terrible. It's terrible.
It's delicious, sir. Now, how dare you, first of all.
J'accuse.
There are not many hills I'm willing to die on, but the hill that mozzarella is delicious is definitely one of them.
Comes in ball form or I'm out. Yeah, you would know, I guess.
What, it's square?
In the ball or not.
Fuck off. Watch, I'm gonna come across some fancy version of mozzarella that comes like in pyramid form. Like you can only get them in like equilateral. I don't know. What's the type of pyramid where each side is just a triangle? There's no square base. What the hell is that called? There's a specific name for it. Why am I drawing a blank?
I think it's Nerd Town. I think is the name of it. Yeah. It's called Nerd Town. On that note, are we done here? We're good.
I think so.
I think we're done.
Cool. Good times. Good times. I hope so.
I got dinner to make.
I was gonna say he's either getting hungry or tired or both.
Yep.
Because I'm definitely both of those things.
All right, gentlemen. I'd like to thank the Cutting Edge Cutlery Co. for bringing in the Begg knives. SteelCrafts, Astio, designed by Jared Van Otterloo. Thank you very much. Hopefully they'll sell well enough. We continue to bring in some of the SteelCraft series. Because a mini glimpse and a Rod Olson microburst wants to be in my pocket. Microburst just wants to be in my pocket.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thanks. Someone else thank some people.
Yeah, thanks to all y'all on Instagram. Still confuses me. We're still here. But
And by that, he means we haven't been hacked by Russian bots and
yeah.
trying to sell you Bitcoin from our account. That's what he's more surprised at, but by anything else.
A lot of Damascus sellers recently. But other than that,
Recently,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a story as old as time.
They're not
Yeah.
I
necessarily.
mean, as
hackers,
is their
they're more
forging
scammers.
traditions, right? It's a story as old as time. It's we make for you.
yeah, custom for you.
Thank you to all of the contributors on Patreon. Continue to really appreciate you guys subscribing month after month. Everything we will be giving back to you guys. Christmas 2023. It's right around the corner.
Yeah, we're getting there.
All of a sudden, we got shipments. We got Christmas Santa boxes we got to get out here. We're gonna have one spoiled Christmas.
We might actually have to start sitting down and thinking about what we're doing here.
All of a sudden, it's not a joke anymore. Now we actually have to do something about it.
I mean, I got some charcoal. We could just send that because naughty or nice conversations would be extra funny to have. But
I think we should do that anyways.
I mean,
sure.
The guys have contributed. At least give them 2 bricks. It's
keep warm by the fire.
Yeah, you gotta have something to cook your delicious Christmas meal on.
You get 2 bricks and no more.
I think that's everyone. We got to thank anyone else. We're good to go.
Thank you for watching these videos and continuing to partake in all the good times.
Indeed.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Even the lefties.
The lefties. You just wait. The polar bears are coming. There can only be so much ice before they start migrating south. Then the lefties will show you all.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. They are.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
So
left-handed.
On that note,
all right.
Yeah, we'll explain to Joe in the after credits, I suppose. So that being that, thanks for joining us, everyone. We will see you back here again next week. Same bat time, 7:15 Mountain Standard Time. Until then, go out, buy some knives, play with some new knives, talk about knives for a while. We'll see you next week where we talk about more knives. All right, have a great night, guys. Thanks for joining us. I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
Joe.
Exile.ca.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next week for the next review.
If it was really a grudge on a pharaoh, wouldn't I go after his children too?
I mean, yeah, but they're, closer than family.
Yeah, I think he already got them. So.